Today we're going to talk about what a function is in Python. So a function is a reusable block of code. So for example, a weather report, right? Let's do a print statement saying today's weather in Gainesville. And we're going to say it is 70 degrees. And this is going to print today's weather in Gainesville, 70 degrees. And we can do this as many times as we want. For say Atlanta, 50 degrees, say, I don't know, Huntsville, 20 degrees. And this is going to print what I just told it to do. But what if you ever want to add 20 more with 2 lines, or 1 line, for example? You can simplify it all using a function. So what a function is, like I said before, is a reusable block of code. So how do we do it is use def defining to start it, and we're going to call it whatever we want as the function name, and we're going to add these 2 parentheses, open and close. Make sure to add the colon, and then anything in this block of indentation after it is something that we can use multiple times. So let's print this again, today's weather in Gainesville. It is 75 degrees. I'm going to change this a little bit and add a little break. So we're going to run it, and you're going to see nothing runs because we have to call it. We can call it right here with the exact same function name we did, and you got to have these 2 parentheses every time after your function name to be able to call it. So this is going to print whatever is in this code block. Today's weather in Gainesville is 75 degrees. And we can call this as many times as we want, right? Called it another 5 times. So it's going to print another 5 times. But we want to be able to customize it. We want to add our own Atlanta, Huntsville, any city we want. So how do we do this? We got to add parameters and arguments. So how parameters and arguments work is right here in the function is called a parameter. And it's anything you want to call it. It's a placeholder variable. So for now, in this scenario, we're going to have a parameter called city. And we can call this city parameter variable by in printf with the brackets. And what this is going to do is we can play it. It's going to produce an error because we're missing an argument right here. We have to add an argument of what city it is. So what city it is, let's say Atlanta. And it's going to take this city variable and it's going to put it in here, this parameter, and it's going to say today's weather in city parameter, which is the Atlanta argument we gave it. So it's going to say today's weather in Atlanta, 75 degrees. And we can do this for Gainesville. And it's going to say today's weather in Gainesville. It is 75 degrees. Because it's taking this argument, it's putting it in this parameter, and it's printing it in the variable placeholder that I have it. So it's going to print today's weather in Atlanta, 75 degrees, today's weather in Gainesville, 75 degrees. And we can add another parameter. Let's say we added one in temperature, right? And we can do this the same way we added the other one. And we make it printf, make sure to add the brackets. And we're going to push play, and you're going to see it's going to error again. So why this is happening is because you have to always update it with the same amount of parameters you're using. So let's add a second argument to both of them. Let's say 80 degrees for Atlanta, and let's say 65 degrees for Gainesville. And what this is going to do, it's going to produce this exact code block with these arguments. And see right here, today's weather in Atlanta, right? Atlanta, it's going to say 80 degrees, 80 degrees. And you can update this function with as many parameters as you want and as many arguments as you can keep up with it. So what this basically does is you build them once with the def function. This is how you define a function. And you can call them whenever you want using these parameters, open and close, with as many arguments as you can fit in here. And you can make this flexible by adding parameters like city or temperature. And what this does is it just makes it so you can give as many weather reports as you want, and it can be any scenario. Anytime you have a reusable code block, you can duplicate it and replicate it for as many different scenarios as you want. Thank you.